Could getting what you want actually be as simple as the process that I'm about to share with you? Well, I've used this process to go from my now wife being in debt because I couldn't pay for anything to us living our dream life. And so whatever it is that you want, it's possible, but it's easier than you think, and the mind wants to make complexity, so you're actually blocking the law of attraction without even knowing it. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. Let's dive right into this video. If you have not subscribed yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button right over there and hit the bell notification, because that's what's going to notify you for new videos. Subscribe, bell notification. Let's get right to the video. Now, I've been in San Diego for the last little while because all my family's here, and we've been living in Maui, but we came back to San Diego for a while to spend some time with our family, and we're just headed back to Maui right now. In fact, we'll be back there any day now. And we just drove up to Long Beach with a couple-hour drive, and we dropped off one of our cars to get shipped on a cargo ship out to Maui. Obviously, that's the only way to get a car to Maui because it's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean in a very remote island chain. And guess what? The only reason that this is possible has a lot to do with the law of attraction. So, how do you get a car out there? No, I mean, how did it go from the way that our ancestors used to be when they had these little canoes and they would navigate these little canoes and get the wood out? So, you know, they actually used to believe that you had to make ships out of wood. That's what they believed. You had to make them out of wood. Why? Because wood floated. The objects floated. So they figured you had to do that. See, they didn't know a basic universal law, a basic natural law at that point, and that natural law is called the law of flotation. The law of flotation is what allows one of my cars to get shipped out to Maui. That's how it's on the way. Right now, it's literally in the Pacific Ocean getting sent to Maui right now. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it makes it. How does it get there? The law of flotation, and that has to do not with objects that float, because they're using metal and all types of things on that, but if you just chuck a piece of metal in, it's not going to float, but the thing as a whole will float. Why? Because the law of flotation has to do with the displacement of that water and the displacement of it all, and that's what's actually allowing the object to float, not the fact that the individual materials, the raw materials that are made up of it, float. So what does that have to do with anything? Well, Thomas Troward said it best. He said, the law of flotation was not discovered by the contemplation of the sinking of things. Pretty scientific, right? What did he say? He said that the law of flotation was not discovered by the contemplation of the sinking of things. In other words, comment down below, everything is really two things. Comment that down below. Everything is really two things. And you say, well, how is it two things? It's only one thing. I'm about to share with you, so make sure that you stay put. Now, you may be wondering, what do I mean by that? Well, you don't attract love by focusing on the absence of it. There are no good guys left. Can you believe it? I mean, they're all jerks. They're all jerks. All the women are gold diggers, or they're so superficial, it's impossible to have a conversation. I mean, my last 5 relationships, they failed over and over again. And I mean, I'm starting to wonder if I'm always gonna be alone. I'm really starting to wonder, am I always gonna be alone? I mean, the rich people, they have all the money. I mean, they gotta lower the taxes. I mean, I didn't go to a good school. I don't have a silver spoon. I mean, I'd rather be happy. Money's not that important. What are we doing in those types of things? We're focusing on the absence of what we want. See, everything is two things. The presence of what you want. You can be focused on the presence of what you want, or the absence of what you want. So the law of manifestation, the law of attraction, was not discovered by the contemplation of failing at everything, right? The law of flotation, Thomas Troward said, the law of flotation was not discovered by the contemplation of the sinking of things. The sinking of things in that instance was we were thinking that it had to be objects that did float in order to build. That's why for so long we thought that everything had to be made out of wood. We couldn't have objects that didn't float. But now we've got these massive ships, and technically the raw materials in and of themselves, they don't float. But the displacement of it causes the flotation. That's the law of flotation. It's about displacement. Now, similarly so, the law of attraction is about the presence of what you want, not the absence of what you want. It's about the presence of what you want, not the absence of what you want. As simply as possibly put, you are either in alignment with what you want or resistance to what you want. Now, what you can do is start to ask yourself and feel into it. You've been gifted something powerful. It's called your emotional guidance system. Your emotional guidance system is basically your GPS to tell you whether you're on track with your own manifestation. And it will answer all the questions that you have. And it goes by how you feel. Because your subconscious mind is what controls 95% of your life. Your subconscious mind is your feeling mind. Psychologists say we have 65,000 thoughts in a day, approximately, and that 95% of them are subconscious. 95% of all of our thoughts, our actions, our patterns, our behaviors are all subconscious, and we're subconsciously, without conscious effort, creating our lives. Now, that can be very scary because a lot of us have been programmed very negatively, but it can be incredibly freeing because how you feel in the moment implants your subconscious, and if you implant your subconscious correctly, your subconscious will become a magnet for you to attract what you want. So let's bring this example and this teaching to life. So I really wanted to be successful doing what I'm doing now. I've been doing this for roughly 8 years. And I was not successful for the majority of them, and it got to the point where it was so bad that people around my now wife were telling her to convince me to quit, get a normal job, and give up because she was in debt, I couldn't pay for anything, and things were not going well. Now, I realized that things were not going well because my feelings around success and financial success were very negative. See, I believe money was the root of all evil. I believe that money had corrupted our world. I believe that there was a small select group of people. Some people call it secret society. Some people call it the Illuminati. Some people just call it big government, large corporations. I believed that there was a percentage of the population that was out to keep me from being successful, and they controlled all the money. Therefore, I had resigned to the fact that I could ever create any relative level of freedom or success in my life. I believed all these things. What was my feeling in response to money? Because all of these perceptions and belief systems about reality send a subconscious impression. They send an impression to your subconscious. What do you think all of those belief systems were sending to my subconscious? They were sending the idea that I literally cannot be successful. Why could I not be successful? Because I placed my power outside of myself. Money was bad and it was evil. If money is bad and evil, the subconscious says, I should keep Jake away from money. Why? Because the subconscious job is to affirm your own belief systems and protect you. The subconscious job, affirm your own belief systems and protect you. So my subconscious was keeping me away from any level of success. I had no money. That's why Ashley was paying everything on a credit card that she couldn't afford, because I couldn't even help with groceries I couldn't help with anything. Why? Because I believe money was evil. I'd rather be happy, which I'd rather have both. I'd rather have happiness and money and meaningful life and purpose and contribution and spiritual fulfillment. I want it all. Before, I thought it was, I had to pick one or the other. Then I believed that rich people controlled everything and they were holding me down. So if I believed that, I'd placed blame on something outside of myself why I wasn't successful. Therefore, it was impossible for me to change. Wayne Dyer said it best. He said, if you believe other people are the problem, you're going to have to send them to the psychologist or to the psychiatrist before your life can get any better. So I would have had to have the entire governmental system based off of my political views and my worldviews at the time. I would have had to have all of that get changed for me to have the opportunities to be successful. I thought taxes were a scam. So I believed that if they were a scam, and it wasn't going to be worth making money because I'd give it all back to the government, I subconsciously was really saying, make sure I don't have money so I don't have to deal with that thing, because I don't want that thing. I don't want to have to deal with that problem of taxes. I don't want to give my money to the government, therefore I'm not going to have any. You see where I'm going with this? I was focused on the absence of what I want, therefore I could only attract it. Then I'd sit back after constant financial stress, and I say, after constant financial stress, and I'm getting so excited, I'm talking so fast. After constant financial stress, and I would say, why is this not working? I'm working so hard. And it was because I was focused on the absence. See, your mind is going to tell you to focus on the contemplation of the sinking of things. Your mind is going to tell you to focus on the fact that the money's running dry. There's no good guys left. You're always going to be alone. You're not good enough to attract the women. It's going to get you to focus on the fat that you have on your body. It's going to get you to focus on the fact that you're not that smart. You're underqualified. It's going to give you all the reasons you are not ready. It's going to make you focus on the physical world as it is. But you are not a physical being. No. You are not a physical being. You are a spiritual being in a physical body. You are an individualization of God energy, of spirit energy, of infinite potential. That's within you. And whatever you concentrate on, you will collapse that infinite energy and create that reality. Begin to focus on the possibilities. If you haven't yet, download my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. jakeshypnosis.com. It's right there down below. It's going to change your life forever. This is what I did. You know the story I was telling? So what I did is I created this success hypnosis for myself. I started listening to it every morning, every night. I'd fall asleep with it. I'd listen to it in the shower. I'd play it all the time. Why? Because we have 65,000 thoughts in a day. And according to psychologists, 70% of them are negative and redundant, and they're controlling our whole life. So I used repetition, which is the #1 way to reprogram your subconscious mind, is repetition. I used repetition to change my beliefs around money. I went from thinking money was the root of all evil. Other people were keeping me from being successful. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't qualified enough. I was this. All these reasons. And then I replaced them all with I'm worthy of success. And the more success I have, the more lives I change. I'm inspiring millions of people. My message is reaching the world, and in return, I'm wonderfully blessed financially. That's how I changed my belief system, and guess what? My life changed. In 1 year, I made more money than 5 years combined. 5 years. That's how big of a quantum leap I took in 12 months. And you can use this exact thing. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. jakeshypnosis.com for free. Use that right now today. Hit the subscribe button, the bell notification right over there. The bell notification is what notifies you for new videos. So even if you already subscribed, please double check you've actually hit the bell notification. jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. Comment down below, I focus on what I want. Comment down below, I focus on what I want. And now, get your mind focused on what it is that you want. Look for possibilities. Right now, look for possibilities. Comment down one exciting possibility in your future and share that to inspire everybody else. They can read your signs. Everyone in this community can see your comments. So share one exciting possibility about your life to inspire everybody else. I'll see you on the next video, and I can't wait to hear your excited possibilities.